Hello there, I'm Tanya Gabrielle, Wealth Astronumerologist. Welcome to your amazing December 2014 forecast. Now we're in the final stretch of 2014 and there's really a lot to share with you, including one of the most important abundance events of the year, which occurs right after the Winter Solstice on December 21st. So stay tuned because I'll be getting to that later in this video forecast. So December is a 10 universal month in numerology, and I can't tell you how beautifully this number lines up with everything else happening this month, because 10 is the number of love and light, and it governs instant manifestation. So you're being handed a magic wand, and this magic wand will allow you to create your reality any way you want to right now, but faster than at any other time, because 10 triggers instant manifestation powers. Plus, the number 10 adds up to 1. 1 plus 0 equals 1, and 1 is the first single-digit number, so it naturally symbolizes new beginnings. And new beginnings are a huge recurring theme in December. On December 4th, Mars enters Aquarius, while Venus formed a beautiful trine with Jupiter. And that same day, our Sun forms a beautiful trine with Uranus. I love this day because you can really hone in on manifesting prosperity. Overall, during the first couple of weeks in December, the fast-moving planets of Venus, Mercury, and the Sun are forming a beautiful trine to Jupiter, the planet of expansive opportunities. And trines in astrology create harmony, so they open up doors where life just flows smoothly. Now, you need to participate though, because you need to show up and open the doors, because a gateway isn't opening, right? But you need to walk through the gateway just to activate the potential and the experience of the opportunities on the other side. So you'll want to get into a space of enthusiasm, of action, of joyful expectation, and that also means being flexible about any new changes in your life. This way, your inner abundance thermostat is going to be fired up 100% at the right time. And since Jupiter is the ruling planet of Sagittarius, and we're in Sagittarius right now, it just naturally magnifies the good news even more. Miracles happen when you share what brings you joy, when you share what deeply fulfills you, because the more goodness you share with the universe, the more the universe attracts goodness to you. So you always want to be what you want to attract first. Don't ask for it, just be it. There's a real difference between asking and being, because asking means you don't have it, but being means you already are living the life that you want. There's a real difference between asking for something and being it first, because when you ask for it, you're basically telling the universe you don't have it. And when you're being it, the universe knows you are already stepped up. When you're asking, the universe assumes you don't have it and gives you more of the not have part. When you're being it, the universe says, oh, she's already stepped into it. I know she's ready, and the universe rewards you for that. So that's why sharing your gifts is so important, okay? It'll really, really shift you. Now on December 6th, we have a Gemini full moon. December 6th in 2014 is a 16/7 universal date. And coupled with the fact that the Sun and Moon are in a harmonious relationship with the planet Uranus right during that full moon, the big theme here is that you want to be open to shift. That's because 16 in a cycle in numerology always brings sudden and swift changes and powerful intuitive insights. And this is exactly what Uranus symbolizes as well, because Uranus is the planet of genius and breakthroughs and innovation, progressive thought, and of course change. So bringing the 16 and Uranus together for this full moon, it indicates another powerful shift, especially since the code also triggers another shift number, the number 14. Now, if you look at this chart of the Gemini full moon, you can see the degree number for the Sun and Moon is 14 degrees. And this is a big pivot point number, since 14 adds up to 5. 1 plus 4 is 5. And 5 sits on a rocker. It faces left, it faces right. It always brings a shift. So the whole theme around the full moon is about making quick decisions and moving in new directions. Jupiter moves retrograde on December 8th until April 8th. of 2015. And when Jupiter retrogrades, you get more spiritual, you get more philosophical, because it's a time to nourish your inner life. And that's where all the growth originates anyways. It originates within you first, right? So what's exciting is that this retrograde happens weeks before we enter the powerful abundance year of 2015. So here's what you want to do now. Look closely at how you process wealth. How do you feel about wealth? How do you feel about money? Get really clear on this, because it's so important for you to evaluate how you might not be honest with yourself regarding money issues. Jupiter governs the truth. So if you focus on the truth right now, the result will be amazing opportunities for you, especially starting in the spring of next year when Jupiter moves forward again. So you want to take this time now to be clear on how you feel and think about wealth and abundance, so that you're free to literally create a life of fulfillment next year. Now, Jupiter is the future-oriented planet. So in order to create a better future, you'll have to look at the decisions you're making right now, since every decision defines and influences what happens next. Okay, so then on December 15th, we have the 6th of 7 meetings between Uranus and Pluto. They've been squaring off for a few years now, and this particular meeting may make you feel a little unsettled because it sets up a strong pattern of sudden, unexpected changes. Now, I know we've heard all about change. You're saying another moment, and you're probably wondering, when is it all going to end? Well, here's the thing. Change is a constant part of life. And for the past few years, change and transformation have been amped up for all of us. So really the question is whether you're open to shifting your life, because adapting to change in the most positive and healthy way is totally optional. And that option is left in your hands. And I can tell you that if you open up and go with the flow, you'll be richly rewarded next year. Okay, so back to Pluto and Uranus meeting up again. Two things. First, they meet at 12 degrees. 12 is a number of learning, and the shadow side of 12 is feeling victimized. So just be aware when you might be going into the space of being the victim, because you have such a great opportunity now to get out of that mentality. Secondly, the planet Venus enters the Pluto-Uranus configuration in mid-December. So you'll want to pay extra attention to your relationships and make sure you're cooperating with your partner by understanding his or her perspective, while at the same time not neglecting your own needs at the expense of your partner's. And I know this is difficult. It really is a fine balance. And, you know, Venus is all about creating that balance in your life. So this will take some maturity. Also, when Pluto and Venus get together, they create intense passion. And when Uranus and Venus get together, they bring sudden decisions regarding how to approach some of your close relationships, okay? So this lineup with Pluto and Uranus and Venus may also affect how you communicate with others. And I know it's a super busy time of year, and you'll want to make sure, though, to really rest and keep your life balanced and securely grounded. You don't want to be pulled into the drama that may come up around you in mid-December. So you want to stay clear and free of that. Now, Uranus always craves sudden revolutionary shifts, and it wants you to really look at how you're holding yourself back, how you might be unconsciously limiting yourself through bad habits or self-sabotage. And Pluto, on the other hand, is super slow in transforming. It's a transformation agent. So Pluto helps you break through these patterns and begin a new evolution of awakened consciousness. So the bottom line is, Pluto and Uranus have been teaching us for a few years now to be powerful creators, to be naturally the creators that we are, but have forgotten that we can be, okay? So they're reminding you how to quickly use your intentions to turn your reality into something positive, and to acknowledge that every day, every moment, in any experience, take the experience and turn it into an opportunity for growth and fulfillment. Okay, so now it's time to move to the big moment this month. It begins on December 21st, and it's a huge day in numerology and astronumerology. We have the winter solstice here in the northern hemisphere and the summer solstice in the southern hemisphere. And Uranus moves direct again that day, and the sun moves into Capricorn, and the moon enters Capricorn as well. It's major. So what's so amazing this month is that after the solstice happens, right, the Capricorn new moon forms at 0 degrees on the 21st or 22nd, depending on where you live in the world. But it's so amazing because, you know, we've had 4 consecutive new moons at 0 degrees in a row now. In September, in October, which also had that big eclipse, last month in November, and now again in the final month of December. 4 straight new moons right as the sun switches signs. So how rare is that? And how rare is it that the new moon is also coupled with a beginning solstice moment, right? So this 0 point code sets you up beautifully to let go of everything and everyone in your life that are no longer contributing to your well-being and to your growth, and to release ideas that have outlived their relevance, right? Because you're really evolving right now. And beliefs that have to go because they're limiting your ability to create abundance. So this is a special moment to design and define your boundaries. You know, you just need to discard what's not working for you. Have the confidence to embrace a new path in your life and make room to create openings to welcome exciting opportunities that will take you to a brand new way of being, a bigger, upgraded experience, a life you could have never imagined up until now. The bottom line is, if you're not willing to step out of your comfort zone and take risks, you're not going to move forward. So you need to listen to your intuition and experience those miracles. So I'm really super excited about this solstice and new moon event. But the really awesome news this month is that Saturn will be leaving Scorpio and entering Sagittarius on December 23rd. This is so exciting, I can't even tell you. And it happens literally days before the big abundance year begins in 2015. Now, in astrology, Scorpio is the natural ruling sign of the 8th house, which governs sexuality, life, death, transformation, and money coming to you. All the taboo subjects. And it's in Scorpio where Saturn has been living for the past couple of years. Now, Saturn is the great teacher. So Saturn's role is to mature us in whatever area we need to. You know, so things slow down so you can pay attention. And in the past couple of years, the flow of money may have slowed down for you because of the 8th house that Scorpio rules. Now, Saturn governs the 10th house in astrology, and that's all about your career. So again, you may have in the past couple of years, experienced a slowing down in your career or a change in the direction of your career, which sort of felt like a slowing down, right? So the degree to which you may have experienced a slowing down in your financials or a stagnant energy in your career, you know, that really depends also on your birth astronumerology code as well. But in general, with Saturn having been in Scorpio and the universal 8 and 10 houses being affected, you could really have been frustrated by the slow progress or even setbacks in your financials and career during the last couple of years or at some point during that period. So that's about to change. Here's the great news. Saturn is moving into Sagittarius on December 23rd, and you're going to feel a great surge of positive energy entering that part of your life. Money and career sectors are now going to be freed up in a good way. So Saturn moving into the joyful, expansive, future-oriented sign of Sagittarius is just the most perfect heavenly alignment to welcome 2015 just days later. And I'm calling 2015 the year of awakened wealth consciousness. So I want you to take all of December to fully envision what you want to create next year. And then, of course, we have Christmas on the 25th for those of us who celebrate that holiday. Either way, happy holidays in December to you. And let me know how you're experiencing December. I'd really love to hear from you in the comments section below here. So have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next year in 2015.